Hey everybody, Ken Selville here today again, continuing on the chat about canna lilies. So what we have here is, you may have seen my short where I was talking about these canna lilies that I grew in pots, and I grew them for a whole year in a small pot so that I could use these for overwintering. So I went through the process, dividing them. This would have been like last spring. I took some smaller pieces. I took the big pieces, I put them in the ground where I wanted them or in planters. And then I took some of the small pieces, the little bits that broke off, and I put them into these pots. Now I also put them into like 1 gallon pots as well, but I don't have any of those right now to show you. So this is about a 3 gallon pot. So the gallon thing doesn't really match up with the pot size, just for your information. It's just a name. This is actually a number 3 pot is what they'd actually call it. So this one, all I did was I grew it outside. I had some spots where I could just put a drip line in it. Not everybody has that, but I just grew it in a pot like this for the season. And then at the end of the season, if you watch my prior video, you'll see that I just chopped this off and it's nice and dry. I dried it right out and now it's good to go into storage. So it's kind of nice, neat package really. It's actually breaking the pot, but that's fine. This is going to be good to go for winter storage now. So I've got several of these available. So I'm just going to take these, put them straight into storage. So what I have for a storage room is I have this plant room, which is colder, it's below room temperature. It's around between 60 and 65 degrees Fahrenheit. It's sort of typical temperature in here, which is about right for overwintering plants. Some of the tropicals find it a little chilly, but they seem to be doing okay. But for cannas and root storage, they're fine. The floor in this room is very cold. It tends to be chilly at night because there's not much insulation in the floor. It's kind of a deck that sticks out so the cold gets in from underneath. So I like to sit these pots right on the floor so they stay nice and cool. So 2 ingredients, dry and cool. It's a key thing. So that's all they need. So I'm just going to put these into storage, which is for now just underneath this table here. So that's all good. Now I have a larger plant in the larger pot, which I had here. This is a Tropicana canna. I'm not sure if you can see that one there. But this was a huge canna lily. It was just beautiful in this pot. And then I just decided not to do anything with it, just keep it in the pot. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave it in the pot for the winter. That's the easiest thing to do. What's easier than just taking that and putting it into storage where I don't have to worry about it till next year? Next spring, I'll probably go into this one and split it up a bit, put it into new pots, and again, take some smaller bits and put them into smaller pots to keep on for the next year, because they're just easy for winter storage. Now, I have some other colors that I had going, and I'm going to overwinter these ones. I'll just show you a real quick tip on how I do that. It's super easy. Same ingredients are dry them right out, ideally when they still have their leaves on them. So nice and dry. Then chop the leaves off after they've dried out. Then take them out of their pots and you get them sort of bare rooted. And I'll just give you an example. This is one here. So this was pulled out of a large planter. And we can see there's still roots coming out of this one. It's looking pretty good, but it's quite dry. There's just slight moisture on this side. So this one could actually dry out just for a little bit longer. I'll place it with the moist side up so that the air can hit this and dry it out a little bit. So what I'm going to do first of all is just show you how easy this is. So if you notice, I'm taking them out of the pots and I'm keeping some of the existing soil with them. And that is because they often will say, you know, if you're going to put your cannas away, bury them in soil. It's like, well, if they're in a pot, they have soil. If you've just taken them out of a pot, they still have soil on them. So you don't have to add extra soil into that. That's adequate for just holding a minimum amount of moisture on those roots. The dry soil still has moisture in it, even though it's dry to our touch. So it's just good for winter storage. So I did dig out one plant out of the ground, and it's quite huge. And this is it here. And it's just a big canna lily. That's what it looks like. And this one, I will be doing some divisions on it at some point. And I'll just do one right now. I simply chopped off that big chunk. And that can go in one of those smaller pots I was talking about for next year. So maybe a 2 or a 3 gallon pot. That should work quite well. But for now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this whole thing and just set it into this bin. These bins are awesome for overwintering roots in. So that's basically how easy that is. Like I say, it's already got soil on it. The only thing I would do is remove all the dead leaves, because I don't want any of this stuff here to be going rotten or moldy over the winter. So I have to keep all the dead stuff out of here. So that's something I will do right now fairly quickly. That's all I need to do. That's it. And I can just take that out of there for now. So that's my one chunk. That's a Tropicana canna. This is a dwarf orange flowering one, so I'm just setting it in beside it. This is a dwarf yellow one, nice and small, just tucking it in there beside that one. And I have another one here. I believe this is a dwarf pink flowering one. And I'm just going to tuck that right on top. So it's just going to fit on top of everything else. Like so. A couple spare roots here that I want to keep. Just tuck them in here and there. Nothing fancy going on here. This is just easy pickings. I'll tell you, this is the easy way to do it. So there you go. Just going to hold that up for you. There's a bin full of canna roots. A little bit of soil in there. Now, yeah, I do have a lid for this bin, but I'm not going to use the lid because if I put a lid on it, I'm completely reducing the air circulation and the whole thing will go moldy if I do that. So I'm actually going to just leave it open. But this is super easy now, just to take this and slide it underneath the table here up against the wall where it's going to be cool for the winter. And I leave the top off so the air circulates it, helps keep it dry. If this gets wet, it all goes rotten and moldy. So that's what we don't want. So that's super easy. It's very hard to get an easier way to do this. The other thing that I do is I'll sometimes take a little bit of used potting soil, which I have a bin full here. This is just leftover potting soil, but this has got some moisture in it. And I'd like to dry this right out if I was going to use it. I don't need it, but if this was nice and powdery dry, that'd be perfect. And I could just sprinkle that over top of these if I wanted to. And what that would do is that would really help to keep the just a little less air on those roots. So I'm going to monitor them through the winter from time to time. That's the beauty of this system. I can just slide out the bin, have a look at it, pick through it a bit, make sure everything looks good. And as long as it looks good, it's good to go for the winter. So it's good to always check the roots throughout the winter time from time to time just to make sure that they're okay. So then next spring, I'm going to have to take these all out and pot them all up again. I want to get them going a bit early so they get going, because if they're not up early enough, they just seem to take forever to get blooming for next year. So I'm going to take these all out probably around the middle of March, get them potted into the pots about the sizes that I want, and I'll start them in this room. I might have a grow light in here or something to stimulate them a little bit. Maybe one of those heated mats. It should be really good if I can get that in there. And then that's basically it. Anyway, I hope that all worked out. I hope that came through okay. And we'll catch you on the other side. Remember to subscribe and tune in the springtime to see how these canna lilies do. So good luck in your garden. Take care. We'll talk to you soon.